Okay. Learning grade 7, this is not the continuation of our topic, okay? Philippine and its natural resources. Okay, we are still in soil, correct? Okay, we already done discussing the horizons. Okay. The B horizon, so we are done with O, A, E, B, and C. So continuously but slowly to the weathering and erosion. Remember the weathering and erosion? Weathering were the gradual breakups of rocks by means of physical, chemical, and biological processes. Physical meaning to say we physically break the rock. Chemical, because of acids. Remember the acid rain? It can actually break a rock. And biological processes, okay, like typhoon, what else? So those are just few of the biological processes, typhoon, volcanic eruption, what else? Um, what else? Natural soil erosion. So those are biological processes. The accumulation of materials through the action of water, wind, and gravitational pull also contributes to the formation of soil. Remember that we accumulate this soil, these materials, by the flow of water, number one. Wind. So the dust particles are carried by wind. Okay. And gravitational pull. So the gravity actually pulls the object down and became now the part of the soil. That's it actually contributes to the formation of soil. But again, soil formation took you for a long period of time. This is a non-renewable resources actually. Because again, in order for us to form that particular soil, it takes you for how many years? Okay, in order for this particular soil to be formed. Soil, here comes soil conservation. Remember that this is a non-renewable resources. When we say non-renewable resources, we cannot actually replace this for a short period of time. It will take you for a long period of time in order for us to replace the soil. Because of this, we created soil conservation. Due to the importance of soil to humans, remember that soil is actually used by plants and we do eat plants. That's our primary source of food. Certain conservation measures must be taken to protect soil. Okay, soil conservation requires on how land can be used in the best possible ways. Okay, in many areas, topsoil is being lost because of erosion. Okay, erosion is the carrying off of rock and soil by water or wind. Okay, running water. By the way, water and wind are the agents of erosion. We consider them as agents of erosion. Okay, running water does most of the work of erosion during heavy rainfall. Remember, water rolls off the land and carries with it rocks, soil, and debris. Sure, if in case it carries rock, soil, and debris, what will happen to the soil? Okay. Remember that soil has its own fertility. Once it carries rock, soil, and some of the debris, it will actually what? Lessen its fertility because the minerals also are carried by this water. Okay. Water that runs across land surface is called surface runoff. Okay. Water that runs across land surfaces, okay, are called or is called surface runoff. A river is an example of running water. Are you still with me? Can you
Yes.
loudly hear me?
Yes. Yes, sir.
That's a river is an example of running water that carries away materials. Okay, large and heavy particles roll, slide, and bounce as they are carried by running water, while fine and light fragments are carried by suspension. Okay, the suspended particles give the water a cloudy or muddy appearance. Okay, so if it is clear, again, the suspended particles are already what? In the lower part of the water. But once it is muddy in appearance, the suspended particles are still in the water. Okay. Preventing erosion. How can we prevent erosion? So this is now the question. Okay. How can we prevent erosion? There are so many ways on how to prevent erosion. Okay. The Epigoros rice terraces somewhat resemble a staircase of house. A terrace is planted with rice, then separated by a steep drop to the next terrace. Okay, the Epigo built their famous rice terraces because they lack plains to plant rice. This is one way also of what? Preventing erosion. Erosion will not happen here. Why? Because the plants there holds the land in place, and it actually maximizes the land. Okay. Farming in these rice terraces is one type of contour farming. Okay. Crops are planted on the sloping land so that each row runs around the slope at the same level. This method of farming helps prevent soil erosion. One way to prevent soil erosion on the mountain sides. So there are so many ways. Like, for example, strip cropping is used to prevent washing down of soil after slopes have been smoothed and planted. Okay, strip cropping. The farmer plants a row of crops such as corn, and the other strip, another kind of crop in a separate strip. It all boils down to what? To planting. Okay. How can we prevent soil erosion? We need to what? To plant trees. We need to plant crops. Okay. This will hold the water in line in place, in the same place. Some plants remove more than one kind of mineral. Okay. So this is now the fertility of the soil. To prevent the continuous loss of the same mineral from the soil, okay, to prevent continuous loss of same mineral from the soil, to prevent the soil from being infertile, farmers do not plant the same crops so as it maintains soil fertility. So for example, if they will plant kamote this time, by next time they will actually plant another crop, not kamote, because kamote will actually use the mineral, the same mineral that they are actually using before. So we need to what? To have what? Different crops being actually planted in that particular soil. Farmers do not plant the same crops as to maintain soil fertility. This practice is called crop rotation. So crop rotation is being used for a long period of time, and it is actually proven, tested to be effective. Okay. Meaning one type of crop is planted for one reason, and another crop is planted for the next season. So meaning to say that this is now in the seasonal. Okay. They have actually seasonal crops. Okay. A rock that has no commercial value and removed from the mine is called waste rock. Okay. Waste rock may contain traces or trace amount of metals that are present in minerals. Therefore, it must be properly managed to reduce the risk of water pollution. It has actually what? Traces of some minerals, of course, and metals. So if we will actually put this in the riverside, tendency is the water from the riverside will be polluted. So it should be managed, okay, properly in order to reduce the risk of water pollution. It is generally unsuitable for farming and other uses such as road construction. Okay. Other term or word is the graba. Okay. We use graba in our in constructing roads and constructing houses. Quarrying and mining. Quarry, okay, mining, or particularly strip mining, leave soil unprotected and accelerate erosion because it doesn't actually hold, or nobody actually holds the soil in place. The Mining Act of the Philippines orders that the mined out areas to be rehabilitated. Some large mining companies have already successfully rehabilitated mined out areas by planting vegetation. Okay, when mined out areas are not rehabilitated, erosion worsen because again it will be carried by agents of erosions like water and wind. Recycling. Okay. Land pollution is the contamination of land surfaces which may be direct or indirect cause of improper disposal of domestic, industrial, and agricultural wastes. Okay, our waste materials, we usually what? Pollute the land because of this. Okay, Waste can be classified as either biodegradable or non-biodegradable. Okay, when you say biodegradable waste, these are waste from food.
Scrap
Okay,
food.
scrap food. What else? Waste from dead organic matter. This is biodegradable. We can actually return this one to soil. Can be decomposed by bacteria and other microorganisms. While the non-biodegradable waste, on the other hand, cannot be decayed through natural processes in short period of time, just like what are the non-biodegradable waste we have? What are the non-biodegradable wastes? Can you name one? Are you still with me? Non-biodegradable waste. Let's have Jaden. What are the non-biodegradable waste? Jaden? Jaden, are you still with us? You don't know the non-biodegradable?
Batteries.
Huh? What are the
Batteries.
factories? Yes, it can
I mean
cause
battery. Like
what
batteries.
kind of battery?
I don't know.
Metal.
Glass.
Glass, yes.
I
It's a
think metal's all I
non-biodegradable.
have.
What else?
Uh,
Paper, Jaden, came from trees.
Cans.
Therefore, this is biodegradable. What are the non-biodegradable waste that we... Huh? What are the non-biodegradable waste? You don't know?
Cans.
Glass, yes. What else? Plastic bottles, correct. What else? Plastic bottle is a non-biodegradable waste.
Plastic
Okay.
bags.
Plastic bags, what else?
Cans.
Come again?
Cans.
Can? Yes. What else? Because it's made out of iron. What else? So those are just few non-biodegradable waste that we have. Okay, that cannot be
plastic straw.
processes. Okay, so this is now the problem. We have a lot of non-biodegradable waste, but we don't know how to dispose them properly. Okay, we just throw them anywhere. That's the problem because these cannot be decomposed. Okay, we cannot return this one to nature because this is not actually from nature. Okay, we created this. Okay, we created plastics actually. Litter or trash, waste paper or garbage lying scattered about. Recycling is the process of reusing the given product, which may be beyond intended to use, or producing a new product from recyclable material. By the way, talking about your project, okay, I am done discussing it with your computer 7, correct? But I still need to give you an example for your computer 7. Okay, remember the learning resource that we are talking about? Okay, we're discussing last
Yes.
meeting with computer 7. Okay, same thing with science 7. You need to create your own learning resource. Okay, sure. Again, what is a learning resource? A learning resource is anything that discusses the topic, anything that actually explains the topic. Okay, you need to create your own. So for computer 7, you can actually create something out of our discussion. So our discussion is all about, in computer 7, we're talking about MS Excel functions, the formula. Okay, you can maximize that formula. I will give you one example by tomorrow. No, by next meeting. I think we don't have class tomorrow. Okay, I will give you an example by tomorrow, by next meeting, hopefully. Okay, I have my own. That's my project before. So at least you will have an idea on how to maximize the concept. Okay. Yeah, it could be, as long as it will actually explains the concept, Kaizel. It should explain the concept. It should give um the learner, because according to studies, that learning is best when you are actually giving, or when the learner learns it from another learner. That's how learning actually happens. Learning is best when you actually um, carry this from another learner. So we need to maximize that learning. Okay. So whatever you learn in this concept, in this module, you will apply this in your project. That is your output for this school year. Okay. Let's move forward. With recycling, the need to burn and conserve spaces in landfills will reduce, okay, or will be reduced. Organic waste may also be converted into compost material in your backyard, because again, we can return again the biodegradable to nature, since it is actually from nature. Okay. You can create your own compost pit. Like for example, at home, if you have leftovers, you can actually put it in soil or cover it with soil so that you can return that one to soil. Air pollution. Oh, okay. Pollution is introduced, or the introduction of harmful substances to natural environment. As people keep on using fossil fuels, remember the fossil fuels? This is a non-renewable source of energy, but also causes what? Pollution. They increase the amount of carbon dioxide in the air. The increased amount of carbon dioxide in the air will cause what? Global warming, because it is what? A greenhouse gas. Okay. Scientists reported that this accelerated increase of carbon dioxide is affecting Earth's global temperature and Earth's climate. Global temperature, because again, Earth becomes hotter and hotter. Remember that CO2 is a greenhouse gas, and it can cause what? Greenhouse effect, which in the effects will have global warming and climatic changes, Earth's climatic changes. Air pollution. Human activities have a great impact on Earth's atmosphere. Okay, they cause changes in the physical and chemical composition of atmosphere. Okay, most of the materials added into the air as a result of human activities are undesirable and are called pollutants. Okay, chemical produced from burning fossil fuels form a smog. This is a combination of words smoke and fog. Smog. Okay. It is actually composed of smoke and fog. Okay. It causes respiratory ailment, reduces road visibility because you cannot actually see the road clearly, and makes life uncomfortable. Okay. There are simple ways to reduce air pollution. Number one, prohibit the burning of trash, because when you burn trashes, okay, the smoke and the residue of this trash will actually pollute air, at the same time pollute the land. Limit the time in which chimneys of factories are allowed to emit smoke. And the third one is regulate the smoke coming out from your vehicle tailpipes. Okay, that is why the government also created their own policy with regards to smoke belching. Okay, there is a specific smoke, only specific smoke that should come out in your pipe or tailpipes or tambucho. Otherwise, you'll be fined, and your car will be what? Will actually undergo cleaning after. Okay. Water pollution. Again, do you have any questions so far?
No.
Oh.
Okay. By the way, for your project, okay, given that computer 7, okay, given that computer 7 has a concept of digital output, it should be digital, of course, because it is MS Excel, correct? For Science 7, it could be digital output and it could be physical output. But the bigger grades goes to the physical output, of course, that we could actually exhibit. Okay. I am encouraging everybody to use the physical output for computers for Science 7. For Computer 7, it is always digital. Okay. But in Science 7, you can actually have physical output. What's physical output? Again, the one that you can actually what? The one that discusses the topic. The one that explains the topic. Manually, yes, manually. You create it manually. Okay. It could be in 3D, in 3D form, any materials of your choice. Okay, any materials of your choice. I will just give instructions, hopefully, in your LMS. Okay. Again, think about an output that we can actually exhibit, because later on we will be using that one for exhibits based on our topic. This is a good topic, okay? Because we're talking about nature, we're talking about pollution, we're talking about the soil formation. This is a good topic, and for me, I can actually do a lot of this. Correct? Do you have any questions so far? We will stop
No,
with
sir.
water pollution,
No.
since still we do not have enough time to discuss. We have 7 minutes left, and it is not ample for us to discuss. Questions, vital reactions, questions with your grade. Are you good with your grades
No.
already? Why?
I have my grades now.
Yes.
Okay. I think that'll do all for today, class. Let's continue the discussion by next meeting with water pollution. I think that will do all for today. Have a nice day, grade 7. Take care. Bye-bye. Enjoy the rest of the day.
Bye.